Hi, Denny. How you doing? I'm just going to do my little slice because you're hearing about everything else. My colleagues are doing a great job. Can we go to the New York Power Authority portion? It's
Yeah.
the merger with the Canal Corporation. Do you have that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, what we're doing is we're transferring the Canal Corporation over to the New York Power Authority, correct?
Yes.
And the reason we're doing that is, isn't it a fact the governor, right now there's a lawsuit because what was happening is it was underneath the Thruway Authority,
Yes.
and there's a lawsuit against the governor or us saying that the money for the tolls should have been used for the roads and not the canals. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So what the governor did here is basically that lawsuit will be moot because he's going to move it over to, NYPA. Right?
No, we don't know that.
Okay. Now, who normally in the state maintains navigable waters? Would that be the DEC?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm asking, why aren't we transferring this over to the DEC?
Because the governor asked us to.
And now the governor every year has, or for the last few years, has swept close to $90 million out of NYPA's budget every year.
Yes.
And this year, we're only sweeping out $20 million, correct?
Yes.
However, the estimated cost of the canal, taking over the canal, is $70 million.
Yes.
So we're back up to the $90 million again that
Yes.
we're taking out. Now, NYPA's main function, what it does is it generates electricity. And it sells the electricity to municipal electric companies, and it sells like to PSE&G. I have a NYPA plant in my district. That's really their main function.
Yes.
So what's happening is every year we look and NYPA has just hanging around $90 million that the governor taps into,
Yeah.
which means we're paying $90 million too much in electricity, right? So now what experience does NYPA have in operating a canal?
Well, they deal with water, so they.
Okay. Are we going to be putting hydro plants on the canal? Do we have anything in the
Well,
budget saying
I
that?
was thinking of that big thing upstate in Buffalo. That.
Yeah, I've been trying to tap into that for years.
Yeah. Well, they have in many ways.
Okay.
Excuse me.
But the expertise in running a canal, they have no expertise in that.
They know how to run. But yes, they as again, I joke, but it's not a joke. It's all about moving around ships and everything. They do that because they're always over water. All of their things come from water.
Well, that's the canal personnel, but what's happening is NYPA, what they do is generate electricity. All right? So you would agree that probably the way we're set up and we have the DEC would be a better steward of the canal.
Well, again, I would say that's, if you can get the governor to agree with you, we can do that.
If I did that, then he couldn't rob NYPA of $70 million,
Well, I
Right.
prefer the word sweep.
Yeah. You call it sweep, I call it rob. I guess it's the same thing. Thank you, Denny. On the bill.
On the bill, Mr. Graf.
One of the driving factors of losing businesses in New York State and the unaffordability, especially of Long Island, is the cost of electricity. Electricity, the cost of electricity affects everything. It definitely affects your property taxes. In my area, our county pays over $2 million a month for electricity. That's our electricity bill. I have one town that pays $500,000 a month for electricity. Another town that pays over $300,000 a month for electricity. And I have a school district that their electric bill is close to $250,000 a month. Now, these all go into your property taxes. Then you have to look at businesses and homeowners. And, it affects us in so many ways. You're not going to bring in manufacturing unless you get the price of electricity under control. You're not homeowners, right? Young people that are trying to buy houses, that's one of the factors that's making it hard for them to buy a house. Yet what we do here is we have the New York Power Authority that sells electricity to many of our electric companies, and they're overcharging us. And the reason they're overcharging us is because they're a great place for this governor to have a slush fund to draw on. Now, for the last few years, he has swept out 90 million, 80 million, and if you look back, he keeps doing that every year. This year, we're sitting there, and he's only sweeping out 20 million for, I think it's advertisements, but he's going to make them pay $70 million to run a canal that they have no business running. What's to stop him next year of going back and taking another 90 million, right, out of NYPA, plus the 70 million? Look, the bottom line is NYPA was put there for a purpose, and the purpose was to generate electricity. So what they're doing right now is they're overcharging everybody in the state to buy this power so that the governor can have this slush fund. In this case here, I believe that basically we have to step back and tell the governor to get his hands out of our pockets, right, to help us lower the cost of electricity, which he talked about 4 years ago. He talked about the super energy highway, where he's going to bring cheaper electricity down, right, to help us with what we're suffering when it comes to the cost of electricity. Well, I haven't seen the highway yet. I don't see the highway in this budget. I guess he's waiting for the Tappan Zee Bridge to get finished so he can put it over that. But right now, I mean, we have to push back and tell the governor, look, this does not belong, right, under the supervision of NYPA. NYPA should not be paying for this. The New York Power Authority should be cutting rates so that we can make New York State more affordable and attractive to businesses. And if he wants somebody to manage the canal, who should be managing it is the DEC, because that's who we have, that's what we have them there for. So for that reason and a bunch of other reasons that you're going to hear from my colleagues, I think they're doing a great job. I'll be voting no on this portion of the budget. Thank you.